Hello, welcome to School Days. I am your GM, Matt. This is our second to last episode, our penultimate episode. Oh, dang, it's all coming to an end. Let's kick this off nicely with some introductions. We're going to start with Nikki. Nikki, how are you and who are you playing?
I'm good today. I'm playing Star. Yep, I'm good.
All right. And Mr. Parr, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Oh, better than I should be, I suppose.
It's good to hear.
And who are you playing?
I'm playing Wrath the One / Raphael Chiclana in Masks.
Very
using
cool.
The Doomed playbook.
Oh, awesome. Very, very cool. That's going to start coming due, isn't it? All right. Kat, how are you doing today?
I'm hanging in there.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
I was just messaging my ex and saying, oh, I'm not horrible or great, but, or maybe I'm both at the same time. I don't know. I play ASDF, WTF, IDK, AFK. Why am I forgetting the Outsider? The Outsider playbook in Masks, and I'm from another planet, and sometimes I get this whole Earth thing, and sometimes I don't. And that's my thing.
Hardly. I would say hardly.
Leland, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing good. Feeling extra sassy, talking smack already. No, I'm just kidding. I'm doing great, actually. This is the second time I've been live today on Twitch, so I feel extra fancy. And I'm playing a 17-year-old metalhead edgelord earth elemental superhero guy who's the transformed playbook. And yeah.
Awesome. And last but not least, Stace, how are you doing today?
Oh, I've got some sinus drainage because I just ate some spicy ramen, so I'm dealing with that. Otherwise, pretty good day. It's a Friday. I don't have to work. Well, no, I do have to work tomorrow, but I don't have to work at my main job tomorrow, so it's like a break.
There
All
you
right.
go.
Yeah, I play Hacktivist, aka Margot Dupree, who is using the Scion playbook. And Hacktivist is a not super rebellious, trying to be a super rebellious teenager, doesn't want to be a villain, wants to be a hero, but wants to do it her own way. And her powers are controlling machines and electrokinesis.
Very, very cool. So last episode, we had some big moments happen for a lot of people. We're coming up on the last couple episodes, so I feel like we're probably going to get some more moments. The last thing that happened, though, was Philip choosing to go save his friend Nox, to go into Nox's dream and try to wake him up. Stone Strike, as you stepped into that portal, you noticed just this little smirk on Nightshade's face. And kind of, despite what you were thinking you were going to be falling into, you didn't wind up in Nox's dream. You wound up bowling over 4 of your friends on top of a roof, just in time to see Nox's still sleeping body drop through a green portal of its own off of the rooftop.
All right. Yeah, I definitely try and reach for them if possible. Obviously futile, but just sort of struggle to get up and make sure I didn't smush anyone. Oh, is everyone okay? Like, I didn't hurt anybody, did I?
Sure.
Where have you all been? Here? Like, did they trap you or something?
For the most part. I think. Are we trapped? I don't think we're trapped.
Um,
Not anymore. Y'all are just on a rooftop.
Yeah. We went through some stuff. Where have you been?
I've been with Nightshade, the villain, I imagine. That's what we call them, right? Villains. But yeah, she was showing me stuff where you were all like trapped in dreams and I don't know, like prison cells or something. I don't know. It's all hazy. And then she kicked my ass through this portal after I told her to piss off. Yeah, I wasn't gonna let her capture you or nothing, but I'm glad I'm here with you.
sounds like some mojo.
So you saw our dreams.
Yeah. Yeah. She was showing them to me in like a pool, like it was it was like some like Conan the Barbarian shit. It was crazy,
Mm.
crazy ancient sorcery, something. I don't know. It was weird.
We should probably leave then, since she knows where we are.
Yeah, I mean, she sent me here. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
But everyone's okay, right? Like,
Are
nothing
we
bad.
Basically
okay?
fine.
Oh yeah, y'all are fine.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're
Y'all
all
just
fine.
more or less got knocked into a comedic heap, but you know,
But
Mhm.
are
It's
we
comic book
all
logic.
here?
Yeah, we're superheroes. We can.
Yeah, I believe we
all of
are
y'all
here.
are together except for Aram. Aram is now gone. Nightshade took them.
Should we get Aram or not? Honestly, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, really? Are you? I mean,
We could, or could we?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at us.
or should we? Really?
Mm.
I think we should. I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm pretty sure I told you all this before, but she was offering me stuff, and she kept offering me more stuff, and like I said, I told her to piss off because I didn't know if you all were safe. She
You know,
wanted
I
me
got
to.
this chainsaw that we could get her with.
Oh yeah, wow. Where? I'm gonna ask you about that later. But yeah, yeah, she wanted me to come here and capture you all and bring her to you. So she's definitely looking for all of us.
So we should fight her.
Well, I think we need to hide out for a minute and maybe regroup. I would think. Uh, does
Well,
anybody
let's
know
just
of
go
a
back to
safe
the
place?
clock tower then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Whatever you think.
Got to figure out what the current situation is like.
So y'all turn to head back through the building. Y'all are on the roof of a building. This is every comic book rooftop ever. So there's one of those little like small, tiny buildings structures on top that has a door that leads inside. And as y'all are walking to that door, a light flashes on top of the door, and a hologram of Romulus in her armor shows up. And it's very much just like a pre-recorded, like emergency message kind of deal. It just says, "Teens, if you're hearing this, I haven't made contact with the den in too long. Something has gone wrong. Y'all need to get there. Regroup at the den to figure out next steps."
The den is the clock tower.
No, you've never heard of. Well, okay, actually, Hacktivist, you've heard of the den before.
Have I?
No one else knows what the den is. The den was on your maps that you downloaded from the tablet and everything,
Oh, with the code. Oh,
with the underground network and everything like that.
I'm gonna admit, Matt, that I've lost my post-it
Oh,
that had the code.
It's fine.
Okay.
It is a-okay. You know,
You're
you may not
screwed.
know it. Hacktivist still knows it.
All right,
It's
great,
fine.
great.
That's my exact same GM philosophy too. So next season, don't worry.
Yeah, you're
don't
good.
worry about taking notes. That's what I just heard.
No, you can take notes because I need you to take notes. But if you lose them, it'll be okay.
So, Hacktivist, you recognize the den is a location that seems to be out away from the city a good bit. It seems to be out like during some of your downtime, you had like overlaid like the maps with like a city map, and it seemed to be under some old. Okay. It's the Batcave. It's under a mansion that's out on a weird little promontory on the other side of the bay.
Oh, no.
Everyone knows that this belongs to one of the Howell Industries family. It belongs to them. It's where they made all their fortune. They're, it's a Batcave. It's out there
And it's accessible from the city through the secret subway.
through the secret tunnels, and you don't even have to go out into the green fog. There's access right below this building. Conveniently enough.
So we do have to take the stairs.
Well, I mean, you just float everywhere, Cat.
Hacktivist
Right,
just
but the
looks at
stairs
IDK
are-
like, we have to take the stairs. You can fly.
Right, but I have to be inside the building. I don't have to physically do the stairs. I just have to be inside. I'm grumbling more about being inside than I am about because buildings collapse.
It's take the stairs though, not really like do the stairs. You know what I mean?
I mean, if one of y'all wants to try a sick grind down, 15
guess
flights
that
of
would be doing
stairs,
the
go right
stairs.
ahead.
I mean, I can do it. I may
It's
not.
gonna end up just like that scene in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. So probably not great.
If Stone Strike did it, there would be like a crater at the bottom.
So y'all making your way inside and down.
Yeah, we've got this. We're responsible teenagers.
We're gonna do a Marvel's Spider-Man on the PlayStation loading screen that has like just some cutscenes of y'all bantering as you walk downstairs, and then some bantering as y'all get into like a weird subway car that's just kind of exactly big enough for all of y'all to sit in comfortably. And then just as it's going down long tunnels, we just keep seeing like clips of y'all, like some of y'all are on your phones. I imagine Star is like playing with her new dream armor and dream chainsaw and everything. And like Wrath the One talking to Wrath the Second. Like it's just a great time. And eventually you'll wind up in a big cave. Unlike the Batcave, the walls have been smoothed out. It looks more like just an underground lab space. And a young woman is waiting for y'all. And as y'all step out, she just goes, "Oh, okay. Someone heard the emergency message. Good. I'm Minnie. This is the den. I'm Romeo's person in the chair. Person at the computer, their tech person. I've been trying to keep an eye on things. Whatever you do, just stay in this room. Romulus gets really picky about who goes where in the den, so just stay in this room. Parts of it are bad. There's a whole spaceship that belongs in another world, and it ate a person one time. Don't touch it. We need to talk about what's going on in the city, because I think it's not good."
Can I read her mind a little bit to see how bad the bad is in the cave? Because I want to assess whether or not I can actually I want to explore,
Pretty
but I don't
bad.
want to make I don't want this to be a bad exploration. Like I don't want this to end badly.
She is not exaggerating. Some of it is just like you kind of get the feel that some of it is just Romulus's drive to have control and security over everything, but some of it is also like, yeah, that boat did eat a guy one time. It's probably best to not really wander around.
Okay.
But you also get a feeling from her, like surface level thoughts, she is terrified and doing a pretty good job of not showing it, but she is very concerned.
Okay. I'm gonna hold tight.
All right.
I'm gonna stand back and stand by.
What's everybody else doing?
What is available to us in this room?
There are. It's very much like a bat cave. There's a couple of vehicles, in some that have like the engines pulled out, but some that are just all ready to be deployed. There are a couple of like tubes with some costumes, some variants of armor. Y'all see there's one room off to the side that says super suit designer. Nothing that's just like, it's not quite as cheesy as just like the bat pole and the bat plane and the bat computer and the shark repellent bat spray, but it's nearly there. And all of it very much just like, you could kind of get a feel as like Minnie is moving around the room that she put all the labels on everything specifically to poke at Romulus, because she makes sure to bring up the name whenever she can of an item. There's a big conference table that's got like a big old tray of sandwiches and some drinks on it. She's like, yeah, you help yourself, take a seat, wander around this room. Anything in here you can look at, poke around.
Is there a map of the city at all, or anything that?
There are a couple. There is like on one wall, there's very much like a detective noir story, like paper map with string and everything. And literally 6 inches away from it is a 3D holographic version of that city map that has not been touched.
I wanna look at that and assess
Okay.
the situation that we're in.
You start looking at that map and like bringing up things and like doing the Tom Cruise Minority Report stuff, like looking and zooming and all that. And what you can figure out pretty quickly is every major hero is unconscious. It looks like every civilian that was outside is unconscious.
Sorry.
Most other buildings are in more or less a state of lockdown, and like that green cloud has gotten into some of them, but not all of them. Wherever it's gotten, people are just out. The police force is out. There's not really a military presence in Eon City, so you're not really worried about that. But everything is shut down, and that cloud extends a good way out into the bay. Like it doesn't come all the way up to where you are at the mansion, but it did come out into the bay a good bit. So there's a couple of ships that are just kind of dead in the water right now. And there is a mysterious massive tree that was not in the bay this morning.
Oh yeah, that's definitely an eyesore, or not an eyesore, but who knows?
Well, do we know if gas masks are effective?
Minnie looks over and she goes, "We're not sure. Several of those heroes had fully contained suits. Like Romulus's suit is airtight, and she's out. So probably not."
Interesting.
So it's not really a chemical issue, is it?
Minnie turns and looks at you and just goes, "What do you mean?"
Is it like a telepathic issue?
Oh, you
Like
mean
how
like
are all these
magic.
people becoming
Yeah, when I was
Um,
at her lair, she was like showing me stuff like in a pool of water, like she was like, like scrying on people.
Okay, first off, who's she?
Nightshade, the
Nightshade.
villain. Yeah.
Minnie turns around, starts typing into a giant computer. Type,
Tried to
and
recruit me, but I told her to piss off. Isn't that right, guys?
Sure.
it's taking a little while, and like stuff is like running on the computer in the background. She says, "Okay, if this is magic, then oh, dear.
We're screwed.
don't you
Well,
need a young girl's heart to do magic?
That's
some
just
people.
a song.
I mean, they're some people, every little thing they do is magic. But okay, I need to show y'all something, and it's so you can't be mad.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I wasn't born yet. So it turns out when Eon City became Eon City, a couple of really old superheroes may have locked Romulus hates it when I call it this, but I don't have a better word. They locked a Cthulhu away underneath the bay. And if someone did magic this big, like big enough to cover a whole city with knockout gas magic, that's a lot of power. May need to get some of y'all to go check out a couple places just to see if it's still sealed up.
Why would they
Fantastic.
do that?
I'm sorry?
Why would they even do that?
They couldn't figure out how to kill it, so they did the next best thing.
But weren't they superheroes?
Yeah. They tried real hard. But I guess it was there's like stories about those World War II superheroes, and like not a lot of them had powers yet.
So they just ruined everything.
Good job, boomers. And she does like a
Well, before we go check out any Cthulhu's,
Cthulhu, what?
yeah, we
There's this
should.
band I'm into called Cthulhu Dawn. They're pretty awesome. Just saying. Anyway, I'll shut up.
I don't think if we get a Cthulhu Dawn it'll be good, but I hope not.
So is this an actual elder god, or is this just like something humans couldn't handle?
Probably something humans can handle.
Probably closer to that. Like I'm calling it a Cthulhu because that's what makes the most sense for me to say. Like some of the old journals call it an old one, and some of them just call it a dang old thing from space. But that's because Major Saber didn't like taking notes.
Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure I could just bust a hole in its face and then we'll be done with it. So just throw me at it.
Well, hang on. So what I'm trying to say is, we should get super suits in the super suit designer before we go.
Oh, y'all don't really have costumes, do y'all?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can make a costume.
I'm my own costume.
I want a costume.
Well, anyone who wants a costume, just go in. It basically 3D prints around you, and you can design it yourself, like in there. It's got like a terminal. It takes voice
Okay.
commands if you don't know how to do computers.
Okay, but can the costume work with because I can make stuff.
Oh yeah. They can do all sorts of things.
I got an idea.
Can I have an extra pocket for snacks?
Minnie gets up and walks up to you, and just like from nowhere you can tell, she pulls a full-size bag of Doritos and just goes, "Yes."
I grabbed the Doritos.
She just looks at you and just goes like, "You're my best friend," and then goes and sits down somewhere.
I would like to get just like a backpack that I can strap on that like has like a thruster on the back that can just thrust me in the air so I can do elbow drops on people like from like a couple stories up. You know,
You just
I don't
want a
want to. I
jetpack.
don't want
Yeah,
to fly. I don't want to fly. I don't want a jetpack. I want a booster pack.
yeah, it can make that.
I don't want to. It'd be just weird if I was flying around.
In fact, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do a costume montage
Don't worry. I might
where
get,
everyone that wants to can step into the super suit room and can describe the costume that they come out with as much of the process as you want involved.
I'll go first because mine's very easy. I have a backpack that is too small for me, and that kind of putters when it's trying to lift me into the air, but it works. That's about it. It's a black and gray backpack, very made out of like Kevlar or something.
Love it. Did you get like a face mask at all?
Oh yes, even better. Yeah, good idea. I'll have like a flight helmet on, with like some goggles,
Sounds great.
matching, of course.
Of course.
This is like when
So-
Hulk puts on the suit, you know.
All right, activist.
No, I want to know if it has baby sleeves.
You can.
Like-
It's
It
whatever
definitely
you
does.
need. Whatever you
No,
want.
not mine. Stone Strike.
Oh, Stone
So
Strikes.
definitely everything's very small. It's like a really muscular guy wearing a shirt a couple of sizes too small.
the
Or-
famous medium.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So Hacktivist walks in. She's wearing jeans and a black hoodie and sneakers, Allbirds. And she walks in and she's in there for like 30 seconds. And she walks back out and she's wearing a hoodie with jeans and some Allbirds, but they have just been jazzed up with the relevant technology. She's got the hood up and she's got a ceramic mask, not like a Guy Fawkes mask, not like anonymous, but like just the plain white ceramic mask with a little smile. And
Love it.
yeah.
Is it one of those like techno wizard hoodies that like there's those EL lights in the sleeves and right under the hood now?
Oh yeah, and it's got obviously Hacktivist is completely wireless, but if she had wires, there would be places for them to go,
of
and just tech pockets, inside, outside, underneath on a belt you can't see,
Perfect. All right. IDK, Star, Wrath. Any of y'all have super suit ideas?
Yes.
Okay.
I want a pair of those plastic like Groucho Marx glasses
Okay.
and a bow tie.
That's a
Excellent.
good costume.
I like it. Great disguise.
And that's it. That's just the Groucho glasses and the bow tie. And that'll do it.
Love it.
Nice. Nice. Okay. For Wrath, I think if you've seen the boys, sort of, he has this sort of the Deeps costume where it's the chest piece and the legs sort of connected,
Uh-huh.
and it's sleeveless. It's black trimmed with orange. He also has a coat added on separately that on the back just says Wrath the One, and then in quotations, the only one, in white. And he just has a domino mask that's orange.
Very cool. Star.
I'm still coming up with it.
Okay.
Well, she does have a mask. It is like It's just a simple, like a dark blue to cover her eyes.
Okay.
And she's got, it's like, the best way I could describe it is like a dark blue kind of leotard part to a dance costume, which kind of blends into like silvery kind of like it's not a cheerleading uniform, but it's kind of built like it so that it's easy to move in.
Gotcha.
And you can't see the pockets that it has, but it has pockets. And she has like the shoes like she had before, but they're like go with the costume now, so they're kind of silvery and blue,
Okay.
like a dark blue, like a star.
Love it. That's very, very cool. All right. So, y'all all get your new costumes. They all fit exactly as well as you wanted them to fit. Y'all are able to gather back around the big conference table. There's a new platter with more sandwiches. There are a couple baskets full of all sorts of different snacks, and Minnie specifically looks at Star and looks at those baskets and just says, "Load up." And Minnie tells the rest of y'all, it's like, okay, let's talk about what's going on. So, first of all, and she just snaps and the screen projects out a hologram over the table, and it's Stone Strike. You recognize this person, sort of. It looks like Nightshade, but not nearly as this hologram of this person does not look nearly as imposing. There's not nearly as much greenery on her. In fact, she kind of just looks like it's like the difference between the Batman 66 costumes for villains and the Arkham game costumes for villains.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So one, the hologram is very much all in cloth and just kind of a general motif of plant sort of thing. And that's about it. Minnie's just this is the only record we have of a Nightshade. And
Yeah. That's her.
okay. So here's the thing. So she was active in 1947
Yeah.
to 1953. And then she was gone.
She looks good for her age. Maybe she went into one of those portals or something, because she kicked my ass through a portal.
Don't you keep track of these people when they
We
retire?
we
Yeah, that's a good
normally
question.
do. She didn't retire. She just vanished.
You just
Yeah,
left
maybe it's
there?
the portal thing then. Because, portals are sketchy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, these people do this for their jobs. Shouldn't they know?
But she didn't. She was a 2-bit thief who put on a costume. She robbed 2 banks and let a tiger out of a zoo.
Yeah, well, she's a lot more badass than that now, because she shot a freaking Earth missile at the plane. She let's see, she summoned a cloud and did a massive basically caused a catastrophe on a massive city. I mean, what else has she done? Right? She knocked me through a portal.
Well,
She's been
here's the thing. If she's behind this cloud, she's not doing it alone. And she snaps again, and the hologram changes to the city. Except now there are these other these other dots, and they are in a big arc
Mhm.
in where the cloud is, all kind of like centered around the bay, but it's all in the cloud. So there are these 7 other magic spots right now, and they all have a few people. And she snaps again, and there's this like image of like a drone image of one of these sites, and y'all see the robed people that y'all saw way back on the aircraft carrier on your day off, who made a similar green cloud roll in that y'all barely got away from. So if she's doing this, she's not doing it alone. And
We say chops, enjoy it.
Stone Strike, here's the thing. Whatever's powering you is pretty similar to their magic.
Yeah, she kept trying to get me to join them, kept telling me like, I don't know, like some children of the earth crap. I don't know. It was weird. Like, I guess because I'm like like made out of rocks and stuff. She thought like, and hell, you're saying it. I guess maybe we are.
Well,
maybe we come from a similar source or something. I honestly have no idea what's wrong with me or how this even started. So.
Okay, so probably nothing wrong with you.
Well,
Superpowers
what
just
I mean.
happen, yo. But Children of the Earth, that was a thing. Hold on. Let me look that up. If y'all have other ideas about what's going on, let me know. And she starts like typing again.
Yeah, just look for more like Earth-based villains or something that she might be working with. I don't know. The only thing I could think of, like, she tried to bring me in. Why wouldn't she try to bring some of the other ones in?
IDK is a little confused considering everything is Earth based to them.
Yeah. Well, the Earth element. Take Magic the Gathering. Forest mana. People are coming to get us. I'll teach IDK Magic the Gathering before the end of this because Stone Strike plays. He's just that type of guy.
Yeah. I feel like IDK is going to be either really not really good, but also not really bad. Like almost good enough to play in a tournament at the local shop, but they're just going to come in last all the time, but they're going to have a lot of fun doing it.
I was muted. And the matches are going to take forever because you're going to be like asking what's the purpose of like certain parts of the art. Like, why would she stand here on this rock when she could stand here and have a better vantage point at shooting this one with a crossbow?
Right?
Can you just play the card?
She's standing
or-
on a rock with a crossbow when there is a much taller rock right behind her.
I mean, you're winning. Can you just hurry up?
So, Hacktivist, what you doing in this technological and vehicular wonderland that you find yourself in?
Yeah, how much space is there?
Oh, it's big.
Are there 2 functional cars? Are there 5 functional
There are
cars?
several functional cars. How many functional cars do you want there to be, Hacktivist?
One for everyone.
Yes, there are 5 functional cars.
All right. So Hacktivist.
hold on. There are 5 functional vehicles.
a Jeep.
Ooh. So Hacktivist goes over and just touches each one, causes them to start up, and she turns and she looks at Wrath and she says, "Want to race?"
Can we see like
I'm
any
so-
closer, like a zoom or something of the people, the cloak people?
Yeah, here. And she like taps a button and basically a computer console pops out of the table at your seat, star wherever you're standing. And it's got like a keyboard, a mouse, and then like one of those things you see in TVs and movies where you like twist the dial and it just makes magic happen on screen.
Okay.
So you can just
Well,
like fiddle with that, and eventually it zooms a drone shot in on them.
Do we recognize any of them?
They're all of the people doing the magic are like cloaked. You can start flicking through a couple different drones that are looking at all of them, and what you notice though is around one of them in particular, it's not a ritual site. It's not one of the magic sites. It's this like tree branch that goes from the docks out to the giant tree, and about halfway along is just this person you recognize. It's a ninja dressed in red, standing there with a sword on the tree trunk, just standing guard.
I've got like a soda I'm drinking, like a 2-liter, and I drop it. And I'm like, look at that stupid tree and that stupid ninja.
Hey, look, IDK, it's the one you missed.
How Star manages to keep such a perfect skincare regimen going and just good health in general is totally beyond me with all the crap she's drinking.
She's a
and eating.
teenager.
Yeah.
Teenagers get away with that.
Yeah.
Especially teenagers in a CW show.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Wow. Is that one of those neon ninja assholes?
Yeah, I hate that one.
All right. How far away is this?
Oh, I mean, you would need to travel there. It's
Yeah, that's right.
That one first. We get rid of
I
that one
was wondering
first.
the length of travel time, though.
Depending on which vehicle you take,
My Jeep is really fast.
you can use the underground routes to get there.
What about the sports car?
That would get there quicker.
Just
There's
saying.
also the helicopter and the boats.
Maybe this ninja knows something.
We just need to get rid of this ninja.
Get rid of? What,
Yes. I didn't say that. You said that.
No, I'm asking.
No, you suggested that. I'm not that bitter. You suggested that.
Okay, I'm just saying, if I accidentally sit on him and he dies, it's not my
Well,
fault.
it's not my problem, and I didn't tell you to do it.
But if I
I'm
do
not
it, you
bitter,
won't be
okay?
sad, though, right?
Okay, so casually resorting to murder.
No,
Oh,
it's
we
a
turned
joke.
into a
It's a
TV
joke, Raph.
show,
Come on,
okay.
aren't you a
I didn't
jokester?
say to kill him.
Yes, I'm a jokester. How nostalgic.
I didn't say anything about killing that jerk.
You all right, Raph? Is this like a new character you're doing for your Twitch channel?
Yes, new character.
Cool, I like it.
Hmm.
Reminds me of the Undertaker.
Quaint. Well, let's be off.
Hacktivist, what vehicles do we got for everybody? Feel free to make up whatever you want. They
All right,
got
well,
literally everything here. Whatever you want.
We've established the sports car, the helicopter, and the boats, but I think that there is a fleet of mopeds as well.
Yes. Of course.
Yes, easy to drive, but souped up, right?
Oh, yeah.
With little
They-
flags on the back for safety
Yep.
and helmets on the seats. And they're the nice Italian ones. So yeah, Hacktivist goes over to the black one and sits on it, puts the helmet on and says, "Let's ride."
I don't want
Is
that
there
sports car.
All right. Wrath is in the sports car. What other vehicles are people taking?
Is there a silver moped?
Yes.
Okay, Star gets on the silver one.
Love it. I assume Stone Strike's going to go with the Jeep that he wanted to have.
Yeah, I was just joking, but I do like Jeeps in real life, and I feel like they're like wide and big enough and open enough for him to climb in, like a Wrangler, you know?
It's like a Wrangler with no roof. It's the
Yeah,
Perfect.
he's
Yeah.
just hanging out the end, like, or the top. I mean,
IDK, what do you take a vehicle? What vehicle do you want?
Is there a purple moped?
Yes.
That one.
All right. And where are y'all heading? Where are y'all gonna go confront the ninja first? You're gonna go to the ritual sites?
confront.
Yeah, let's talk to this ninja guy. See what he knows about
Doesn't
Star.
matter. I'm slamming the gas.
Yeah.
As
I'm
y'all,
I
just
never
gonna
said
beat
he knew
up
anything
silly
about
stuff.
me. I just said we need to get rid of him.
Yeah,
Get
that's really
rid
weird.
of.
as
Is this
y'all,
an
Is
X?
this the ninja that I? Which one? Which ninja
Yeah,
is this?
it's that
this is
ninja.
red, the red
red-
one, the one that you didn't come either throw off a bridge or convince to leave the life and break up with its significant other.
Okay, so this isn't the accounting one.
Right. As y'all pull out into the tunnels to head back into the city, y'all all have like an earpiece that was part of your costume that just like crackles for a second, and you hear Minnie's voice just go, "All right, I'll keep an eye on these ritual sites, but we're probably going to have to deal with a couple of them too. So go talk to the ninja boy, and then let's get y'all breaking up some magic."
Yeah, we just need to figure out if the neon
Well,
ninjas
he's
know
on the
anything.
tree, so it must be something because the root thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just take care of this and then get the rest of them.
Yeah, this is totally relevant.
All right. Y'all eventually come out of the tunnel ramps up to one side, a door opens, and y'all drive out of an unused warehouse. It looks very Super Sentai. Y'all are
Yes.
driving through these green clouds, and whatever magic hit doesn't seem to be hitting y'all anymore. For whatever reason, because y'all beat it and escaped, because of something else that happened, who knows? The magic is not touching y'all anymore, and y'all are able to just kind of speed through town. Y'all kind of see these like green lights flickering at different points that seems to match up with where y'all saw those ritual sites at. Y'all drive down to the docks, and sure enough, there's a giant root of this tree that crosses from the tree trunk in the bay itself to the docks. And just a little ways out into the bay is the red neon ninja standing there. No mask, because someone stole it. Wrath.
Can I fly right over to the ninja and just yell at him that there's no such thing as neon red?
He just kind of looks at you and then just like stone faces and just back to standing guard.
I twirl the mask on my finger.
Hey,
His
How
eye
can you even-
twitches.
How can you even be a real neon ninja if you're not even a real neon color?
hey, listen, do you sense anything wrong, like telepathically with this guy? I'm just curious.
He seems to believe that he can be a red and part of the neon ninjas at the same time. But let me use my powers.
He's hearing all this and he's just kind of like just puts his face palms and then like twists a thing on his wrist, and his whole suit like lights up with basically those EL electroluminescent panels sewn into it. So he is glowing red. And he just like looks at
Still not
you,
neon.
IDK, and
He
floats in a
wears
bird.
things in his shoes to make him taller.
Oh,
Don't tell my
no.
secrets, okay?
I'm sure the
I can
cod.
tell anything I wanna tell.
IDK, were you going to use your power on him?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if there's anything interesting or worthwhile that he knows, or if we can just explode him and move on.
All right. Roll that for me.
I like
Let's see.
how
That's-
Wrath the one is the one
yeah,
who's
just
like,
unleash
why
your
are we doing
powers.
the
So roll
murder?
plus freak for me.
Okay. That's
Cool.
it.
Yeah. He is annoyed that he's having to deal with you people again. But he was hired to stand here and guard this access to the tree.
I think he's just a guard, and he's not particularly interesting, and we could just explode him and move on.
Can I at least smack him?
Yeah, you can explode him. I'm not.
So how about we don't kill him?
I didn't
I
say
was
we had to
joking
kill
about
him. Just
killing him.
explode him.
Yes.
Real homicide vibe. A
I
Hama
don't want
vibe.
to kill him. I just want to kill him, but not kill him.
Well, I'm
Wow.
sure
I mean, there's a difference. You can kill somebody and
Plenty
you
of
can
people
kill somebody.
explode their bathrooms, and they don't die.
All right, I'm just gonna hold the ninja still with my big stone arm and let Star get out whatever rage she needs to get out, and then we can move on.
Not to be responsible.
Well, you are. I've got this guy. Did I successfully grab him? What do I roll?
I mean, if you actually want to go up there and engage him, you directly engage a threat.
But I don't mean literally kill. I mean, you can kill somebody without killing them.
Yeah.
Like, can I?
How about
Can I
we just
just?
make him shit his pants?
And you can tie him up so he doesn't do the whatever crazy,
I
whatever
just walk
evil
into this
stuff.
tree. I just want to walk into this tree. I want to ignore all of this that's happening.
I attempt to grapple this guy and fail miserably. So
We-
proceed to tell me what happens.
So he just like backflips away from your hand, and suddenly you have a ninja sword in your other arm.
Oh, my human one.
Yup.
Oh, that one hurt. That one hurts when it gets stabbed.
Can Star like flip over and kick him for that?
You can try. You can also
Okay.
directly engage a threat.
Yes.
So roll plus danger.
I'm real
Oh.
tough, so it'll heal. Don't get me wrong.
We
Yeah, but you're her. You're a friend. You have to.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Yeah, no. By all means.
Said directly engage a threat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Danger.
I'm looking for it. I'm so bad at. Where is it on the sheet so I can?
You would just roll
It's
plus
danger, it's
danger.
at top
So
left.
just roll your danger stat.
Okay. I hate this thing. I think I lost the little. There it is.
we've lost the plot here, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Oh, hit. Okay.
So
7.
you can either resist or avoid his hello pupper his attempt to like hit you back. You can take something from them. You can create an opportunity for your
Can I-
team.
Does he still have the sword, or is it?
Oh yeah, he like stabbed Stone Strike and then pulled it
I'm
back, and it's
gonna
just
try
like
to take the sword from him.
okay, yeah, you can absolutely take that sword. So tell me how you like flip in and take his sword away.
I jump off my moped and I like spin and then do a somersault and grab it out of his hand and like hold it up.
He backflips away and just like oh.
Oh, you're going to pay for this.
You know, you were a cool kid back in high school, but I guess not anymore. And he pulls 2 sides from his bag and just like, let's go, Star.
Whoa, this guy knows you.
Yeah. You never said I was cool in school.
I was a dork who took karate class all the time.
Yeah, you were the worst student in the class.
Whatever.
Whoa, that was a bird if I've ever heard one.
This is why we came here.
We're stopping him doing this ritual.
Hey,
I'm not doing the ritual.
Well, what are
They
you
are.
doing? So what are
What
you
do you
doing?
know about the ritual?
yeah.
I'm
what-
just
what-
supposed to guard this tree.
Who told you to do that then?
Some lady covered in vines. She
Same
paid
one.
good money. Or, well, actually, and then he looks at Hacktivist, your mom paid good money, but, you
shit.
know, I'm supposed to guard this
mom?
tree.
Wow.
Mom?
I thought your mom was a German sausage.
Your mom joke right now?
Are you stalking me? Why are you hanging out with her mom? That's my friend.
I'm a villain for hire.
You're a terrible villain for hire.
We were fine until your psychic friend ruined everything.
I'm
They were
gonna
going to
punch
get
this dude.
married next year.
Well,
that-
they
is it- can I
obviously
punch
weren't
him?
fine.
What, Stone Strike?
I said I'm gonna punch this dude. Can I punch him?
Sure.
Yes.
What did I
No, that was
ruin?
in, that was in character. I was asking.
Okay.
Yes, punch him.
All right, let's try this again.
Oh, we're spending time on this. Okay.
Spending time on this. Okay, a 9. Yay!
All right. So you can avoid his counterattacks, take something from him, create an opportunity, or impress, surprise, or frighten him.
I'm gonna create an opportunity for Star to come in and trip him up.
Coolio. So Star, you're gonna get a bonus to the next thing you try to do to this ninja. So Stone Strike, tell me how this little like mini fight. Tell me how you're contributing to this fight right now. How do you make this opening?
I run in and like end up like swinging with both hands, you know, because even though it's made out of flesh, this arm's still really tough. I'm swinging with both hands, you know, just fighting, blocking like a sword, probably with my fists, or like my forearms and stuff, and then I just strike the ground with both hands and basically cause the ground to become uneven, so it's easy to knock him on his ass, basically.
Cool. So he's off balance. All right, anyone else want to get in on this fight?
No.
Can I use my superpowers to make him like really scared and run away and maybe poop his pants?
Sure. Roll
I
unleash
love
your
this.
powers.
Freak? Yeah. There.
All right. So tell me what you do to this final of the poor ninjas that wasn't the one y'all threw off a bridge.
All right, so I'm gonna impose in his mind the feeling that Star won this fight. She is the scariest and most badass person he's ever met, and that he needs to run home crying to his mommy while pooping his pants the whole way.
Well, he certainly takes off. We can assume the rest of this happens. So he's going to try to run past y'all and run into the city and home. And if none of y'all stop him, he basically makes it to the docks before there's like a flare of green from around his neck, and he just keels over unconscious in the fog.
After he keels over unconscious, can I tie him up with a string that or rope that I have?
Yeah. You're on the docks. There's rope
Okay.
everywhere. Yeah, you can absolutely tie him up.
And can we throw him in a vehicle to take him in for whatever superhero questioning that they have?
Not
Sure.
getting in my Jeep if he crap himself. All I'm saying.
I mean, I was about to say that Jeep doesn't have a hood right now, so you can toss him easily into the backseat there.
Put him on the back of the moped.
You can't fit on a moped. It's a one-person moped.
Well,
So while these guys are doing that, Hacktivist is going to pull out her drone and send it in
Okay. Where to? To the tree or?
to the tree.
Cool. All right. Let's call this an unleash your powers.
Okay.
So roll plus freak for me.
I don't want
we've
to.
gone this whole time without some substantial poop jokes, so I feel like it just was bound to happen. Penultimate episode.
Cool.
When all the poop jokes happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Penultimate.
So- on a partial hit, it's going to work. There's going to be a little bit of limitation to this, but I will describe that as we come across it. So you're able to pilot your drone into the tree. You see a couple of just like they look almost like wood golems kind of deal, but they're not moving and they're not really doing anything. They're just kind of there. They still look like they're attached to the tree, but you can tell they're human shaped, sort of just big. And you're able to go up a couple levels in this tree. It's all kind of hollowed out Deku tree style. But eventually you get up a little ways and you just see like this flare of green light, and then your screen just goes static.
So I will say that Hacktivist was sharing her screen with Wrath
Cool.
if he wanted to look.
All right.
Mhm.
Cool. So yeah, y'all got a good look at the, like, let's say the bottom half of the tree y'all covered, and nothing really seemed to get in the way of your drone.
Mm.
Hey, Wrath, roll me and assess the situation.
Sure. That's
Plus superior.
plus superior. Oh, my superior is not good. That's great.
Get a +1 to that.
Got a plus, so that makes it a 7.
Sure. That makes it a hit. So, cool. This is familiar. You know what this is. This is your typical villain layer booby trap system. Nothing on that bottom half was programmed to go off if it was a drone, but something in that top half was programmed to fry anything not approved. Typical villain layer. So there's probably those tree things were probably the goons on the first couple floors. There was probably some death traps that were pressure sensitive on some of them that you didn't see. And then massive magical defenses higher up.
How nostalgic.
Typical villain layer.
Okay. Yes, this place is definitely a death trap.
What if we came in from the top?
I can bust through walls like they're nothing. So if you could just direct me to a nice central wall, I could just keep moving through down the line, and we could get where we need to go. Or
And
whatever.
set off all the traps? Or
Yeah, I mean, they have to be really strong traps to do anything to me. So
Can you see where the triggers are? I can avoid them with my
I just figured
mobility.
I'd crash into everything and let it blow up on me or whatever, and see what happens.
Have you
So
ever
far-
seen the movie Mousetrap?
No, I don't watch a lot of films.
Oh, it's so great. It's got
No, I'm
Nathan
just
Lane in it.
I thought this was in
and,
character. My bad.
no, you know what? This is in character.
Okay, all right.
IDK's favorite movie is Mousetrap.
Okay.
Uh,
Excellent.
Just for the whole Christopher Walken parts.
Yeah, that's
But anyway, there's this one scene where they set up, like, they cover the entire first floor with like those triggered mouse traps, and the mouse comes in and drops an olive and sets them all off at once, and then collects all the cheese off of each and individual like mouse trap after it's been set off.
Would that
I-
work for here?
do I think that would work for here?
I think IDK is just saying I would be the olive in that situation.
Which,
I might die.
Wouldn't
I
Wrath,
don't die. I just
The olive didn't die.
Wrath, you don't know that it wouldn't work. You do think it would be really funny.
Mm. You know what? Why not? Go on in.
No, whoa, wait. You know what we should do? We should get a giant, we should make some sort of trebuchet and launch the red, not neon guy.
Okay,
I mean, he is tied up right there.
For God's sakes.
Look, he's not a good person.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure
If he didn't join this filling group, he would have joined another one, probably a worse one, and he would be like stealing the moon or something.
Do we even know
listen,
if he
Captain
killed
Build It.
anyone?
Aren't you good at just like I said Captain Build It. Can't you just make things happen, like pieces of things, put them together really quick?
I am not going
Trebuchets
to
are probably one of the
create-
simplest machines.
I'm not going to create a trebuchet. You can fling a person into a villain's lair.
To be fair, he probably spent time in there anyway.
Even if it'd be quicker and easier than actually trying to fight this whole like ivory tower of some sort.
We did not have to come here. I'd like to point that out. I would like to point that out first and foremost.
Where do you think we should go then, dude?
We should have been tackling those ritual sites since they seem to be this gas.
Yeah, let's put a pin
Okay.
in this then.
This is like the final encounter.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, plus we can
There's an
definitely
order to
work-
these things. You take out the mooks, then you go for the big bad.
Why can't we just go for the big bad in the first? Like we can probably we don't have to tackle the entire tree. We can just go from the top. I can fly.
I could bust holes in the walls until the tree falls down.
Sure. IDK, fly up. I should warn you, there's magic guarding the top half. So if you get too close, you might get a little zap.
So you're saying if we stopped the ritual, that would stop the magic from zapping?
I mean, I'm willing to bet.
Yeah, let's put a halt to this magic first before we start busting into this place. And we might even be able to get some help from other people. Like maybe some of the older heroes can help us out if we can break whatever spells over them. You know.
They're kind of old. Shouldn't they rest?
Yeah, we can give them a day or two to sleep, drink some coffee, and nap. Isn't
Yeah,
that what
whatever.
people do.
Old, yeah, I don't know what they do.
Drink coffee and nap.
Okay.
That's
Drink
what
their
I do in real
ensure,
life,
eat their
not just
oat
coffee,
bran,
it's
and
just naps.
sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta have their fiber, those old ones.
Don't
All
forget
right.
that prune juice.
What are y'all doing? What are y'all deciding? Y'all going?
Star wants to get rid of the magic since she now realizes Beta too.
All right. So there are 7 ritual sites. They're evenly spaced in kind of a semicircle around the bay, and there's more or less one probably close to y'all, the central one. If y'all want to try to get over to it.
Okay.
Oh. I guess I will take the neon no good neophyte nobody.
The neon nepotism.
Whatever.
You gotta put him in the car or in the
I'm
trunk.
gonna make a psychic construct big enough to fit him in. Wrath the second is gonna put him in. I'm gonna put him in the back seat. Just whatever.
Cool.
Whatever.
Thank you.
All right. So are y'all heading to the first ritual site?
Can I send Wrath the second off to a second ritual site?
Sure thing.
I forget. There's 2 of you weirdos.
Because I want to test his full capability, so I send him off to, potentially tackle that situation on his own. And if he survives, well, good job. And if he doesn't survive, well, bad job.
All right.
Oh, you have so much love for your other self.
Cool. Okay, so Wrath the Second blazes off towards one of the other sites.
Destroy them.
All right. And y'all just gonna get back on the vehicle parade and drive over?
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all get over to what used to be a small building over in kind of the artsy district. The building is gone. And in its place, in kind of this blasted ruin of it, is 5 cloaked figures in a circle around a blazing torch thing that is glowing green and is shooting green lightning up into the sky. Around them, though, are several. Well, you're not quite sure what they are. They look like they're just kind of weird. All of y'all assess the situation for me.
Superior, right? Yeah.
Yes, plus superior.
Sorry, I'm just trying to remember what they do specifically. Oh, barely. 7.
Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. Just waiting on IDK's roll. Plus superior? Yeah. Okay, cool. So IDK and Raph are going to pick up on some extra detail, but all of y'all notice that they kind of look like humanoid shapes made out of the rubble of the building is kind of the general idea. So just kind of like picture like almost like garbage golem kind of things, like animated piles of debris, more or less. But what IDK and Raph notice is no. These things are like Stone Strike. They are part human and part whatever was laying around the city.
No one's like me but me, okay?
They're all weak imitations, like every other imitation of Wolverine.
Got it. Okay.
Oh no, which one's the real Stone Strike?
Stone Strike has a Dio shirt on, so it's definitely him. Easy to tell
Okay.
apart.
None of the others have metal shirts on.
Yeah, there you go.
Lame.
It's also
Back
how
off.
you can tell they're not the real deal.
And they fit, right? They're not tight.
That roster for my Zweihander game's still up in the air, okay? Don't talk about my Dio shirts. No, I'm just kidding. It's not up in the air. It's solidified. We're
You keep saying Dio, and I'm just like, no, it was I, Dio.
good. Wrong one.
That was a JoJo reference. All right. So they got some guards, and they're doing a ritual. What y'all gonna do?
Could we go on break real quick since it's midway?
We
I know it's
can.
kind of a dumb question to ask, but
We can, in fact, go on break. We
That
will
would
go
be-
on break.
That would be good. We could even discuss it before we come back live.
Boo, preparation. Who does that? Yeah, we'll take a break. We will be back here real quick, and we will see how we build up to our final episode.
Excellent.
welcome back to the break. We are going to figure out what our end game looks like here. So y'all are at one of the ritual sites. Wrath the Second has gone off to deal with another one, in theory. And yeah, y'all, there are 5 cultists doing a ritual. Bad juju magic going on, and there are several debris golem looking things that 2 of y'all noticed seem to be pretty similar to kind of how Stone Strike is built.
Not as handsome as we discussed earlier.
Right. So what are y'all gonna do?
Can I fly out of reach of the stone golem dudes?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that, and I want to fly over the ritualists and just say, "Stop doing the ritual."
There is no response.
All right, I did everything I could do.
All right. All right. IDK is down. IDK has done their thing. Who else has got an idea?
I love that we said we'd talk about it over the break. And we just
Did
didn't.
not.
We talked about fish and turtles.
Yeah,
That's
we
my
didn't.
fault.
Important stuff.
Just
It's better in character anyway. It makes
let's just fight them.
Yeah, let's just.
Well, I
You
guess
got
I'm
that
gonna try
chainsaw.
out this backpack then. Chainsaw that shoots chainsaws, right? That's
Yes.
what we discussed.
Yeah, it shoots chainsaws, and it goes with my costume.
Are they
Don't be
reading
afraid
off
to
anything,
shoot
or-
that near me, because I guarantee you it probably won't do anything. So just even if you hit me, whatever. Just go full on with the
What if
chainsaw.
Maybe you should shoot chisels. Will chisels mess with?
Okay, yeah, no geology rock hammers, but that
Yeah,
might hurt.
what beats rock? Shoot paper. Shoot paper.
Ah! A bunch of like wadded up paper bowls out of a straw.
All right, y'all just gonna go at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what we do, you know.
Sure,
I'm gonna charge
sure.
in first, obviously, because
Cool,
I'm,
cool.
you know, that one that does that.
Why not?
Where are you aiming?
Right in the middle, boss. Whatever that means to you as the GM.
I mean, are you trying to just like bypass the golems and go for the ritual, or?
I want to bowling ball my way. I want it to become a sentient bowling ball and just try and knock these golems off their asses. Like,
Okay, that we can do for sure. Let's unleash your powers then. How about
yeah,
that?
I'm good at that one. And what is a moment of truth used for?
It is used for a big ol' moment of truth. Let's look at yours.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing to me a little bit, to be honest.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I'm dumb.
I doubt it. We can figure it out.
But
Let's see here. You are the transformed, right? That's your
Yeah.
playbook. Let me pull that up. Moment of truth. Why don't you read that out and we can figure out what it does?
it's so easy to forget that you're not your body and you're not the voice in your head. You're both. Be the monster and save them anyway. Smash down walls. See, that one kind of makes sense to me. And speak softly. You know. Let's see. I lost my place. All right. Because when you embrace it, you can do anything. Of course, putting on a display like this is sure to rile up those who see only the monster when they look at you. Oh, so I might like freak some people out, like
So, okay,
like
this is
Hulk style sort of.
for your character. What this kind of represents is that you are putting aside any conflict that you have about who you are. You're embracing
yeah.
both sides, and you're becoming like Avengers in-game Hulk, where it's
Okay.
still Banner but in Hulk's body.
Yeah, I want to get us to where we need to go, you know, and I want everyone to be safe. So I just want to go in like those scenes where everyone's just like waiting to get started and the Hulk just busts in through the wall and starts like wrecking everything and like finishes it off before people can even like contribute sort of.
Okay,
Maybe not quite like that, but you know what I mean.
Well-
Those sort of scenes where he where he does that sort of thing, kind of just.
Okay, if you're wanting to embrace your moment of truth in this, where you're not as afraid of kind of the monster side of you, and you're just gonna go smash and feel good about things, then I'm gonna say you're just dealing with the golems.
Okay.
Like while everybody else is talking, your jetpack goes off, and you're just like flinging golems around off in the background while everyone else is just kind of staring.
Okay, yeah. The way it starts off is my jetpack just putters and gets me about 20 feet in the air, and then I flick it off, and I yell, "Oh yeah, brother!" Because my guy loves wrestling, and I do like a Macho Man Randy Savage style elbow drop on one of them right out of the gate, and into a crater that I've now created. It basically just planted the lower half of this construct into the earth, and then I just continue with some uppercuts and some elbows and some kicks and all that good stuff. Clotheslines, lots of clotheslines. I fight like a wrestler.
All of this is happening in the background. The other 5 of y'all, or the other 4 of y'all, are just getting to see this, and y'all get to deal with the ritual however y'all want to try to mess with that while this madness just breaks out.
So are they just chanting, or
As you can't hear anything, they are standing around a fire, and lightning flares up from it occasionally.
Ooh, lightning, you say?
Yes, green evil magic lightning, but still lightning.
Hacktivist would try to redirect the green evil magic lightning onto the ritualists to knock them out.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
oh yeah,
Absolutely yes. Okay, so your moment of truth. I'm going to give you a new option.
Okay.
I want you to look over at the adult moves side of the basic moves page. And there's specifically one that's just called Wield Your Powers. So basically, it's a less dangerous version now that you've just kind of embraced all of your powers, where you can start using them with a little bit more finesse. And you're not necessarily just unleashing. So less of a downside to things.
And I have to pick one?
If you, depending on your role, yes. So roll plus freak, and then you'll get to,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, then you'll get to do something. And that would, what you were describing would absolutely be part of like create something useful from your environment. Okay. But nothing bad happens to you in this moment. What you're realizing, you try to just grab it, and you realize that, like, yes, it's lightning. You can kind of feel it, but it's like it's not on the right frequency.
Okay.
So you can try this again. Like, you can just keep trying to grab. It's, if you're familiar with how like the Flash does things with like speed frequencies and vibration frequencies in comics, it's kind of that logic, that it's lightning, but it's just a little to the left of lightning because it's magic.
Okay.
So you're going to just have to like reorient how you get a hold of it is what it's
Okay.
going to be. So you can definitely keep trying that. What's the next person's idea? Who else wants to take a crack at what's going on? Figure out, do an investigation.
stretching the sort of limits of the psychic construct ability. Can I make a lightning rod?
Yes. I mean, we can sure try. Let's unleash your powers here. How about?
Freak?
Plus freak.
No. Rough. What can I do?
Okay. So. Okay. Here, I'll make you a deal, Raph. I'll make you a deal. It'll show up. I don't know what it's going to do yet, but it'll show up. There's a lightning rod here, and that green lightning is like shooting into the sky and then arcing back down, and it's doing something.
Well, nothing's wrong. It worked. The rod is there.
In the back of your head, you hear a very quiet chuckle. And that's about it.
I suppose this is
Star,
fine.
IDK. Do y'all want to take a crack at this ritual? IDK,
think-
did you have another idea? Or okay, Star?
So the lightning is crackling, or does she still? How big of an area is the? And
Quarter of a city block. So I
oh,
don't know. Arbitrary numbers, 50 feet.
okay, and they're not paying attention to us.
They sure don't seem to be.
Could I take some of my rope and like wrap it around one of their ankles and take the moped? And I know that's probably a lot of moves. Basically, trip one of them with the rope.
Okay. Yes, we can make this happen. So I want you to roll directly engage a threat. So roll plus danger for me, and we're going to see how this starts to work.
Okay, sorry, it's taking a minute. Oh.
Okay. I am enjoying that y'all are getting all of these rolls on the penultimate fight. This is great. So you rig it up, you tie off the line, you hop on your moped, and you start to try to drive around the ritual site to trip them up. And the rope hits a barrier. There's something invisible between you and them, and the rope just wraps right around it. And it's just like floating there in midair, pushed up against something. So there's got to be a force field or something going on.
Oh man. But it's like against the force field.
Uh-huh.
And what happens if I try to pull it? Like, will it squeeze? Will it break?
It would probably, I don't know. We can find out. Roll unleash your power. So roll plus freak this time.
Let me try this again.
Oh, no.
The rope rips out of the wall that you tied it to first and doesn't seem to really affect the force field. So, hey, y'all know there's a force field now, but it seems to let magic out. Or lightning magic or magic electricity. So something can get through this. Just doesn't seem to be physical objects or sound.
I want to unleash, I guess, unleash my powers or something like that. I want to try and like project one of the most annoying songs that has ever existed into these ritualists' heads to kind of mess them up while they're trying to concentrate on the ritual.
Okay. Unleash your powers there for me. Let's roll plus freak. Let's see what happens.
I'm marking potential.
Good. Yes. Everyone who has rolled badly here should be marking potential. That's something we haven't been doing. Oops. My bad for not remembering that mechanic at all. Okay. So, all right, IDK, you try to project your thoughts in, and you basically get feedback. like that really bad noise when some idiot who doesn't understand microphones put ones next to a speaker and
Ooh.
makes everyone scream. It's that noise, like that's what you hear when you try to like project the music in. There's a lot of magic bubbling around in here. And those bolts of lightning are, you kind of think they're a byproduct, but also maybe like how they're releasing it. So maybe there's something about the timing of the lightning bolts.
Oh,
You know your telepathy did not get through the shield though.
right.
Let's bump over to Stone Strike, whose fight with these golems I think is rolling him over towards another ritual site now, because that's how comic book movie fights work. Wherever you need the action to be, that's where the Hulk is beating things up.
Yeah, and it's a combination of me using my intense strength to jump pretty high like the Hulk does, but also like using my undersized backpack to give me an extra little putter.
Right.
And you know, this time I land into combat like head first, like a cannonball, like after I do a couple of flips, and then sort of I'm a little wobbly a bit and woozy from the way I landed, but I quickly get up and shake it off and start just knocking through these guys and picking a, pardon the language, but beating a motherfucker with another motherfucker. It's one of my favorite moves. So I'll be doing that one quite a bit. Yeah, I have unstoppable plus freak. So wait, plus not human enough. Hold on. Okay, hold on. This is relevant. When you directly engage a threat in a terrifying fashion, mark a condition to choose an additional option, even on a miss. All right, so can I mark a condition to just like, whatever. I'm just gonna keep trucking.
You're still in your moment of truth. You're still living your truth out right now.
Got
So
it.
you're just wrecking the golems. You're basically clearing the field of all the goon soldiers, like of a bunch of them. You
Got
do
it.
bounce off another force field at a ritual at one point, but that's not really who you're fighting. So whatever.
I would
Move on.
imagine a lot of people, sans maybe IDK, would be probably a little scared of me at this stage. Like, it's probably a side of me they haven't seen. There's a lot of yelling, like a lot of guttural, like yelling and thrashing, and I'm like just sort of like breaking limbs and twisting heads and all sorts of gnarly stuff, you know?
Fair. So we'll leave you to
Uncontrollable at this
rampage off
stage.
that direction. And Wrath, we're gonna check in with Wrath the second. So I want you to roll which of your labels do you think most controls Wrath the second right now? What kind of is what dictates their moves?
I guess danger.
Okay. So roll plus danger for me, and let's see how things are going for Wrath the second at his ritual site.
Kind of just it's like a silhouetted shadow version of Wrath that's burning.
Yeah. Okay.
A,
So it's your going. He's dealing. Wrath the second is dealing with the goons kind of on that side of the fight of y'all. So like Stone Strike went left and Wrath the second went right. So describe how Wrath the second is fighting off those golems over on that end of the city.
So I'm gonna take a slight liberty here and say that Wrath second, because I have the Flare Reality Storm, which is basically just a destructive burst of energy. It's basically just small bursts of that, like it punches and it's a small flare up of energy. And it's
Okay.
It's just that what it's fighting.
Yeah, so energy flares are like lashing out of him, knocking goons to the side. They also, and you can you kind of sense what's going on with Wrath the second, or is it its own independent thing?
I mean, I hope so. Since I spent my moment of truth on it.
Yeah. Okay. So you can kind of feel it. His little like flares are hitting the force fields as well over wherever he's moving on that side, and it's having an impact. But it's also not just like cracking through. So there's something weird about these force fields. Something about the timing or something like that.
Wow, this is. Oh, that's unpleasant. Something wrong with these force fields.
All right. Hacktivists. We'll roll back over to you. How you feeling? What you thinking? What do you think about all this?
I mean, I kind of realized that Hacktivist is still angry from last time.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, so she got to hurt someone or break something important. And I said it looks like hurt someone's on the menu. So I think that she is gonna try the old lightning trick.
All
again.
right. You're still angry and all that, and you're still kind of feeling your moment of triumph there a little bit as well, your moment of truth. So just tell me how this happens. Tell me how you bring the lightning down into this whoever you're targeting.
Yeah, so so I know there are multiple rituals. Are they all powered by the same lightning, or do they each have their own individual lightning?
They're each shooting lightning up at slightly different times.
Okay, so I think what she's going to do is she is going to pick the two that are closest together
Okay.
and cause the lightning from one to hit the ritualists of the other. So it's really like you see the lightning go up and you expect it to go on its trajectory that it's normally been going at, and instead it just does a big arc and then plummets almost straight back down onto the other ritual. And what I hope, Matt, is if you're into it, it causes almost like a lightning explosion at that ritual source.
Perfect. I love that. So the green lightning arcs up, arcs back down, and two of the ritual sites explode.
Oh yeah, two. Hell
It's like both of them just go up. Like comedic, like you see the skeleton outlines of the cultists, and then two of them are just smoking. Except the smoke is just like swirling inside the force field still. But nothing's moving in there, and there's no more lightning, but the force fields are still up.
Hmm.
2 rituals down, 5 to go.
Hmm.
Who else got something?
I think I might want to go wild here and use an actual move from my
Oh.
actual playbook.
Oh no. Unprecedented.
I haven't used a single one yet. Mine's belonging to worlds.
Right.
You have the resources that come with your station. Whenever I contact my people, I can roll plus superior. Basically, I want to call my family and ask them if they know anything about these elder creatures that come from the sky, and if any of them live on Earth right now.
Okay. Yes. Roll that for me. Let's see what happens. Whew, okay. So you can do all 3 of those things that it lists there.
Um,
And I don't think if you don't have any conditions marked, you can do the question one up to 3 times if you want to just do that. Up to you.
yeah, so let's start with the question one. I don't have any conditions marked.
Okay.
So how about do they know anything about this specific god thing was trapped on Earth? Specifically?
Yes. It's not one of the elder gods. Your people are aware of those. Those are off somewhere else in the universe, just kind of sleeping. More
Is it
advanced
an elder god
civilizations.
or an old one, or
It's not any of the like someone probably called in an old one because of they read old stories or something, but no, this thing is basically just like imagine like a plant-based fleshy weapon.
it's just a weapon?
Whoever controls it can wield it and kind of make it do elder god kind of things, but it's not
So-
actually an elder god. It's just a big weapon.
So it's not even a sentient being?
Nope.
All right. Do they know how we can destroy it?
That there's a long pause there, like a long pause, and they come back. It's just like, do you have a black hole handy?
Can they send me a black hole?
Yes. Based on the third option there that you have, yes. There's a really long pause, and whoever you're talking to, you can picture them just like full on like face in their hands, just like okay, we're gonna talk to some people. Give us a minute. Geez, okay. Give us a minute, but we'll get
It
back to
doesn't-
you.
Have to be a black hole. It can just be something like just send me something to kill it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get back to you. IDK, this is going to come into play next week. We're going to just hold on to this super weapon that you got until next week.
All right.
But that's great. I love it. You are now going to get a weapon to deal with the weapon. So good job. You have that sorted.
Yeah.
You did more than a
this
generation
could
of
later tie into
superheroes.
my moment of truth at some point.
Sure can. Keep that in your back pocket.
Yep.
Okay. So are you sharing any of this information?
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, hey guys, my parents got it. Everything's fine.
Okay.
So we can go home.
What do you mean your
I don't know
parents
about
got it?
that, but we can they're sending me something to help us take care of this thing that they know more about than we do.
What something?
I don't know yet. They didn't tell me specifically. They just said something.
How powerful are your parents? Like really powerful? Is that what makes you so confident that this is gonna work?
Well, I will tell you that humans haven't really mastered intergalactic travel yet, and we have. So,
Oh yeah, that's
There's
that's a
that.
good point. No, yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I can't guarantee that they're like nobody's perfect, but they probably have more resources and know-how than the human race.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty well assumed.
It's not
if you
gonna
can
help.
travel through space.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing.
All right.
They sent me to Earth as like a summer camp, so like it's like rich parents with the rich parents thing. It's all relative. Depends on how you look at it.
Ha. All right. Cool. So yeah, I mean, come on. They knew what the thing was, and humankind was just like, I don't know, elder thing, whatever. That says a lot. Wrath the one. What you thinking?
So they still got this force field around them. Well, let me see here, huh? Can I? So they're just standing there.
The ones directly in front of you, yeah. Hacktivist took out 2 of the other sites that were still shooting lightning up and weren't getting drawn to this lightning rod you made. So yeah, they're still standing there channeling. They don't seem to have noticed any of this.
I think just to throw them off, I want to try to use. I've never used it. I want to try to get as close to the barrier as possible and kind of looking at them.
Okay.
And try to put the whammy on them because I can manipulate memories. So I'm gonna try to just put a random memory of I don't know, them doing something else, like having a picnic or something.
Okay. All right. Roll. Let's do unleash your powers. So roll plus freak. Okay. So you were able to kind of time this to when the lightning bolt is happening. You've observed the timing of this thing. And you're able to get inside their brains here a little bit. So you're trying to implant them a memory of them not doing this, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you reach into their minds and you don't find a memory of them in this moment. What you basically get like the mental image of a person like what's a good way to describe this? Okay, if you've seen The Princess Bride, you know that moment when they put Wesley on the machine that sucks the life out of them? Big water wheel, they're tapped down, they have like suction cups all over them. So it's basically like they're like, it's a memory of them like chained somewhere with something just like drawing energy out of them.
Wow.
But now they think that that's happening at a wonderful, picturesque meadow.
This is not what I was expecting.
Someone, a part of your consciousness recognizes this. Someone is using these human people as batteries.
Wow. Huh. Not sure how to end this.
Well, you can, if you want to kill a machine that's not acting right, sometimes the best way to do it is to remove the battery. Whispers the voice in the back of your mind with another little laugh.
Oh, funny. I would never do that. That's nice though. Maybe come back with a different idea.
All right. You gonna share with your friends?
Yes, these people are batteries for whatever fucked up thing is happening.
All right. Star, what you got?
I am going to try a move for the first time.
Okay.
It's straight up creeping.
Yes.
So
Why is that so funny to me? That Star has that. I don't know why.
she's got a straight up creeping, mild mannered, and what's this? I am what you see.
Love it.
But she's going to use, just after hearing about the battery, she's going to look around. She was kind of upset that her rope idea didn't work. So she was kind of like back off to the side while everybody else was superheroing.
Right.
So should I go ahead and roll it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh no, 6.
Oh no. Okay. Tell me what you're trying to do. Like, tell me what you want to do with this.
She was looking to see if she could see a like something that was drawing the power from the people.
Okay. So I'm going to ignore your roll. Because based on the information you had, both from just kind of what you all have observed, how things have gone so far, and from what Wrath just said, you're creeping around, you're looking at things, you're trying to observe this situation, and you finally get to an angle where you can get a glimpse at one of the cultists' faces. And what you see is super obvious. So that's why I'm ignoring this roll. What you see is covering their mouth and going down inside the robe is basically, imagine like an orchid, but is put over someone's nose and mouth like a mask. And then the vine of the flower is going down the front of their robe. And you can kind of follow that down and you can see like a root shooting out under the robe and into the ground.
They're still behind the force field, right?
Yes.
Okay. And is there a root on the ground outside of the force field?
You have not yet made it all the way around the force field to be able to tell. That's where I'll give that miss, is that you haven't made it all the way around to scout all the ground yet.
Okay.
But you now seem to y'all have a whole lot of pieces to a puzzle here. Y'all have most of them.
Okay. Guys, there's a flower mask with a root in the ground on these guys.
All right. Who's got something? Actually, while y'all think about this situation, we'll cut over. Stone Strike, tell me how you're dealing with some more goons even further down.
All right. By this point, Stone Strike's kind of like, dang, I'm going over here. And it's just like his voice is just like all angry, monstrous, and then he just runs in and barrels through another group of them. Except this time, like, picking up a lot of like chunks of like stone and earth and like just like smashing them with it and burying them and stuff after they've been killed.
All righty. Very cool. So you are moving down the line. Yeah, what's up?
And I would like to say that in the middle of this, at one point, the leg brace that he wore to give him like an extra couple of like inches or whatever to compete with the other stone leg breaks off at one point, and then he just kind of ignores it, but is kind of hindered a bit from it, and then in a moment of like an outburst of power, like extremely rapidly and painfully enough for him to like let out a scream, his right leg transforms into to match the left stone leg instead of his human leg, and you just see the flesh sort of just like almost like burst outward off of it, and then just becomes stone and mud, and leaves like a huge footprint in the ground. But yeah, he's basically just like all this intense use of power and stress has just caused him to rapidly continue his transformation.
Okay.
So
Very,
he still has
very
like
cool.
he still has the side right here, and then like his head and his right arm is still human, but his leg was, but now it isn't. Sorry
Okay.
that took so long.
No, you're great. That's interesting things happening with Stone Strike over there. Let's see. All right, who's got a plan for dealing with these rituals?
So, Hacktivist doesn't have a plan per se.
Okay.
The Hacktivist wants to use Troublemaker, which is when you help a teammate through destructive, criminal, or rule breaking actions, you can give them +2 instead of +1 when you spend a team point from the pool.
Okay.
So, one, do we all want to spend the team point? And two, who wants the +2 and what are you going to do with it? It's got to be destructive, though.
I'm being very destructive, but I'm not really rolling because so I wouldn't
Yeah.
need it.
I want it, and I want to smoke cloves.
Okay. Could you elaborate for me?
No.
No.
Because yes, because I'm willing to roll with you on this. Just tell me how smoking cloves is going to kill them.
I really can't think of it.
It's technically against the law, so you'd still get the +2 for rule breaking.
I was thinking of the rule breaking. I wasn't thinking of like the how is this gonna help part. Like that's all I got. Like
It seems good. All right.
I know how to break rules.
Are they the black disarms, or are they the one of the like other colored ones that are like? There's like a
Oh,
blue
no.
one. There's like all sorts of.
From the top, can I see if there's any sort of like plug I can pull?
Oh, roll plus superior for assess the situation.
All right. That's 7.
Okay. Yes. You can kind of see where there seems to be some like roots that are generally leading back to the tree.
All right, I'm gonna take those clothes now.
All right. So IDK
I
is
think
just
I'm
up in
gonna-
the air smoking. Having a good time.
Vaguely, so they're long burning cigarettes, or like they're cloves, but they're
Mhm.
you know. I want to say they burn a little bit hotter than regular cigarettes too.
They do in this
Right.
world.
I could, and they also have gunpowder in them. So I'm just gonna light a bunch of them and just kind of like light them, like kind of stack them along this vine so it burns. But it also smells like a Christmas tree. Or not a Christmas tree, but like a Christmas ham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeebs, I don't. Okay. Just roll plus danger for me. I don't know. Let's see what happens.
That's like a freak roll to me. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. So it blows up. It smells like Christmas ham. It mostly chops through this root. No. I'll change that. It does. It blows up a chunk of this root. All 5 people let out just like an ear-piercing scream. Like
It's like what happens when you get too close to the sun.
like the dome shatters. All 5 of them just start screaming, and the ground starts a rumbling. But hey, that's 3 rituals down, 4 to go. And y'all now have pretty much all the pieces of these rituals.
Cool.
What are y'all gonna do?
Ritual number 4.
All right, y'all just gonna run over to the next one as a group.
Yeah.
How's Raph the second doing, by the way?
I don't know. Let's roll for him. What did we have you roll last time? Plus freak? Is that what it was?
Plus danger.
Plus danger. Do that again for me then. We'll see how he's doing. All right. He is still just flinging golems left and right. You can kind of feel that the further he gets away from you, like that bond is starting to like stretch a little bit. Like, because this is still like your first time using this, you didn't necessarily like you didn't concentrate on the tie between the two of y'all, like the power conduit really. So he's starting to falter a little bit, but he's still just flinging golems around, burning them. Flares are coming off of him. And you can probably just call him back whenever you want with that bond. So think about that as y'all wander over to the next ritual site. Pretty much either way you go, there aren't going to be golems because of either Wrath the Second or Stone Strike. Has cleared them away already. Y'all can still hear both like choruses of destruction happening on both sides of you.
Is,
Getting them more distant. Yeah.
is anybody else around? Or is it just completely empty now that the golems are gone?
It's just the people that are doing the rituals inside the force fields.
Okay.
And the occasional unconscious person trapped in magic.
So, if we take a second to circle up, you think I'm gonna ask the group? You think all we have to really do is just like sever these cords?
I think so.
We got a chainsaw.
You've got a chainsaw star.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah. Let's see if that works.
All
Okay.
right. Okay, roll. Pick a label. Pick a label, Star. Which one do you think is best suited for this situation? Any of your labels.
Well, she's just using I mean, she's going to use it like a chainsaw. So,
Mhm.
so mundane.
Okay. Roll plus
Yes.
mundane for me.
You know. Sorry, it takes me a minute to roll because I have to.
Oh no, you're fine.
There's like a little box I have to check, letting it know that I want to roll. Even though I pressed the button, so it should know that. Ten.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, you can start hitting all four of these other, like you can just go like chop one, dash to the, y'all can all run as a group, go get to the next one, chop it, like you know right where they are now in relation to everything. Every time you do though, so you get to that fourth ritual site and you dig into it, the vine cuts, the force field shatters, and all five cultists start to scream. And this is like an unnatural, high-pitched scream. And every time you do, the ground shakes more. So you've cut the fourth one. 3 more to go. Want to just keep running and gunning? Because you can just do that now. Like if y'all as a group decide that that's the plan, y'all can just do it.
That's the plan.
That's the
my
plan.
Activist will help by controlling them because the chainsaws are machines.
Yep. Yeah. So y'all are able to work together as a team. Y'all have figured out this ritual. Y'all cut through the last ones. The only ones that didn't do the scream thing were the ones that got blasted by their own magic that Hacktivist did way at the beginning. So y'all cut through all of them. Y'all, the last one screams and the earth is just like shaking. Like it is full on earthquake now. And y'all get back over to the docks where y'all had parked and everything. And There's something in the bay.
Well,
There's
we know there's a
big.
tree.
There's something big in the bay.
Oof.
Water is bubbling up.
Is that
And
the
y'all
weapon?
Y'all see this big tentacle come out of the water. It slams down on the ground, and kind of like a beak on the end of it opens up. And this swamp thing looking monster guy comes shambling out of it, comes shambling over, and just more of them start pouring out.
Wow.
You see other tentacles raising up and slamming down over in the harbor, all these different places. But the weapon itself has not come out yet, just tentacles. They just they run up, they're like shambling, and they swarm y'all. Like y'all are like blasting them, y'all are hitting them. Nothing is stopping them. And pretty quickly, and this is even Stone Strike, you get taken out by them pretty quick. Like they wrap you up, just kind of like dog pile on you. Wrath the Second is gone. Like it gets smothered by a pile of them off on his side. IDK, you try to fly up, and some of them just like throw one of themselves at you and pull you back down. And Star, you try to do some acrobatics with your chainsaw, and they just like one of them just like takes the chainsaw on its chest and then just like latches onto your wrists. And eventually, including Hacktivist, you're piled on too, trying to throw lightning at them. They're just taking it because they're plant matter. And eventually, the only one left standing against them is Wrath the One.
Wow. What an unfortunate situation I find myself in. I wanna burn my burn Doom track and resummon a Wrath the Second
Okay.
as
Hey, how far down the Doom track is that?
that's 5 out of 5
Oh,
on the Doom track.
so Wrath, do you want to go ahead and share with the class what happens, what your Doom is?
So Wrath's Doom, whole time, been losing memories. He's been fading in and out. Wrath's Doom is that the Eternal Mind, as you previously heard, is a supervillain that's been implanted in his body, basically as a parasite. And it's time that the parasite becomes the host. So this is no longer Wrath the One, your good buddy, is now the Eternal Mind and Master. And as the Eternal Mind decides, yeah, this situation, I don't got to be here for it. And pretty much dips to the sports car that Wrath had. Wrath the Second, newly summoned, looks down at his dark, shadow-esque hands and screams.
And in that scream, just waves of energy roll off of him, burning up all of the Swamp Thing monsters that are on the beach, burning through the city. And Wrath the One, the Eternal Mind, with the red neon ninja still in his back seat, drives off ahead of the wave, leaving Eon City forever. And that is where we're going to leave it for tonight. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us for our penultimate episode. We've got one more. And it's going to be a big one. Because we got monsters a coming. So, all right. Next week is going to wrap this all up for us. We got to deal with some things. I cannot tell y'all how excited I am for Wrath's of Doom moment. That was a lot of fun to meet. So we're gonna start with Stace, and let us know what your favorite thing was, where we can find you next, and anything else you want to promote.
So, what I really liked about today's session was that it did feel like that superhero kind of action scene, just with a lot of big bads. It was, well, not even the big bad yet, right? But baddies at least, and semi complicated. But once we figured out how to stop the rituals more effectively, we were able to. I feel like everyone had their moment to let their little hero be a hero. So I really liked that. Uh, People can find me around the internet on Twitter, primarily at Stace Windu. You can also find me on the Numenera Actual Play podcast, Explorers Wanted, which drops every Wednesday. We are almost wrapping up season 1. So after the turn of the new year, you can tune in for season 2. But we are doing one shots in between the end of the season and the new one as well. So check it out if you like narrative heavy, RP driven actual plays.
Awesome. Leland.
Hey everyone, I am Leland / Leopold the Just. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Steam, whatever, LinkedIn. Sorry, I like to make that joke for some reason, and it's only funny to me. This is awesome. I super enjoyed. Basically, just obviously I enjoyed my moment of truth. I mean, that's obvious, but I enjoyed the Doom moment at the end, or like straight up like epic meteorite disaster film or something. Like is what I imagined in my head, but coming out of my pal from summer camp, Wrath, the one of two, well, formerly two. But yeah, and yeah, no, and a couple other moments. Just the whole episode really was super good. You can find me on. You can find me. When's the next thing that I'm doing? Wednesday. Yeah, I guess just Wednesday is the next thing I'm doing. Wednesday the 9th. We should, ideally, in an ideal situation and world, we will be playing our Lancers RPG game on my friend Patrick's channel, which is twitch.tv/attack trick, ATTACKTRIK. I don't know, maybe Raven could put it in there. I don't know. But it's super good. Basically, it's giant robots versus other things that kind of like we're fighting in this game. Tentacle, weird, crazy monster things. So yeah, but giant robots versus that. So, just a different vibe. Pretty fun. Anyway, that's on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Central. Sorry. Go ahead.
Very cool.
Next person.
Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm Kat named Schrodinger or Kat and Schrodinger, depending on what you're looking at or looking for, or all that. Favorite? I liked that I finally got a chance to use one of my moves for the first time. And yeah, that's kind of it. You can find me for the last episode of this. After that, I don't think I have some stuff happening in the background, the works, but nothing ready to announce quite yet. So hopefully that'll be ready for announcement next week. We'll find out. That's it.
Cool. All right, Mr. Parr.
Hi, Mr. Parr here. My favorite moment was, of course, the Doom arrival. It's been basically where Wrath's story this whole time has been leading since the beginning. So to have the other shoe drop finally is something I really enjoyed, just as a thing. And I also loved, everyone really got a moment to go above and beyond, whether it be IDK literally going to get black hole summoned, or Stone Strike going full Hulk, Hacktivist going full storm. Just everyone got their little moments that I love it so much. So it's just been a great time. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Twitch, both at Mr. Parr.
Thank you.
Twitter, Mr. Parr 4E, because somebody took Mr. Parr. And that's me wrapped.
Very, very cool. And Nikki. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything else you want to promote?
I really enjoyed the whole show. It's not a part, but I like how people's stories are coming together. Like, you can see how there's been stuff going on in the background this whole time that's kind of linking our heroes, and whatever I was just saying there. I just really like how it's all wrapping up plot-wise.
All right.
And next week, I don't have much happening except for this game's last episode and Hunters of Calamity's last episode on this channel.
Oh, it's gonna be a big week next week.
A sad week.
All right. And I'm Matt Hoadley. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Hoadley. I stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings around 10 a.m. Central Time. And that's on Jam Game Streams. You can find it there. You can find that through my Twitter as well. My favorite part of this, I'm doing this out of order, whatever. My favorite part of all this is just finally getting y'all into the big fight kind of scene. I was hoping we would have just a big throwdown into the Avengers kind of fight, and y'all certainly decided to play along with that. That was so much fun to do. And getting to watch Parr's idea that he's been talking with me and planning with me about to have this Doom happen. Like that's big. I'm glad all these stories are wrapping up, and I hope y'all come back next week for the final episode of this game, and we're going to see how these stories conclude and how some of them end. So we'll sure see what happens next. Y'all, the way y'all handled the ritual decided what that episode looks like. So good job, y'all. Everybody else, I hope y'all had a good time watching and enjoying this. And I'm going to hand it over to Raven.
Hey, yeah, that was fantastic. Thank you again, everybody, for playing, for watching, and thanks, Matt, for running this fantastic game. You can catch us, the Black Feather Guild, back again here tomorrow at the same time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, for the penultimate of Animus Absentus. I will be jamming that game. But until then, also check out our sponsors, which will be in chat. Fundamental RPG, Intrepid, and Grinding Coffee Company. And then, yeah, we're going to go on a raid. There is our raid cry. And we're going to go say hello to go_JG. Fantastic channel. Definitely give her a follow if you're not doing so already. And, yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.